Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is worshipable God, and the spiritual master is worshipper God. This is the uh, this is the difference between the spiritual master and the supreme personality of Godhead. Very, very clearly Prabhupada is explained. Okay, there should not be any doubt. Another point, Bhagavad Gita, which constitutes the instructions of the supreme personality of Godhead, is presented by the spiritual master as it is. Presented by the spiritual master as it is, without deviation. Therefore, the absolute truth is present in the spiritual master. As clearly stated in text 26, Gyan Deep Prade, the Supreme Personality of Godhead gives real knowledge to the entire world. And the spiritual master, as a representative of the Supreme Godhead, carries the message throughout the world. Okay, whatever is coming, it's like that, that lamp torch, like in Olympic, na? One guy will run for some time and then he will hand over to another one, and like they will run. So this Gyan, we say, na, the lamp of the torch of knowledge. Oh, Magyana Timranandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya, that Shalaka of Jnana, in the torch of knowledge, is coming down in the parampara. Krishna, then Brahma, then Narada, then Vyasa, like that, coming to Prabhupada. Okay, and Prabhupada, then his disciple, and then his disciple. This parampara, Guru parampara is going on. Okay, so who carries the message throughout the world? The representative of Krishna. Who is that? Guru, spiritual master. Therefore, on the absolute platform, there is no difference between the spiritual master and the supreme personality of Godhead. If someone considers the supreme personality, Krishna or Lord Ramchandra, to be an ordinary human being, this does not mean that the Lord becomes an ordinary human being. Similarly, if the family members of the spiritual master, who is the bona fide representative of the supreme personality of Godhead, consider the spiritual master an ordinary human being, this does not mean that he becomes an ordinary human being. Okay, Guru's family members may consider, oh, he's normal person only, but disciples should never consider him as an ordinary human being. And because what is reality? In reality, because family members are considering him as an ordinary human being, that does not mean that he is an ordinary human being. Okay, he is an exalted personality as equal as Krishna. Okay, the spiritual master is as good as the supreme personality of Godhead, and therefore one who is very serious about spiritual advancement must regard the spiritual master in this way. Okay, that's why full worship is there for Guru. Okay, Sakshad Haritvena Samasta Shastra. Okay, all the Shastra says that Guru should be worshipped as same way as Hari, Sakshat. Okay, even a slight deviation from this understanding can create disaster in the disciples' Vedic studies and Ashut. Okay, so now one should be very clear how important it is to have a guru and respect him and worship him and follow all his instructions. Okay. Shadavarga Sanyamaikanta Sarvaniyam Chaudanaha Tadanta Yadinuma Yogan Aveyu Sramavaha. Shat Varga, the six enemies, namely the five working senses and the mind. Six enemies we have. Sanyamena Ekanta, the ultimate aim of subjugating Sarva, all such Niyama Chodanaha, the regulative principles further meant to controlling the senses and mind. Tat Antaha, the ultimate goal of such activity, Yadi, if no, not yoga, and the positive link with the supreme Ave, you did lead to some avaha, a waste of time and labor. Translation. Okay. 28. Ritualistic ceremonies regulative principles, austerities, and the practice of yoga are all meant to control the senses and mind. But even after one is able to control the senses and mind, if he does not come to the point of meditation upon the Supreme Lord, all such activities are simply labor in frustration. Okay, so one may think that controlling mind and senses are the everything. Okay, that is not everything, because even after doing that, why we are controlling the mind and senses? Because we want to meditate, we want to worship Krishna. So even though after controlling mind and senses and all the lusty desires, if one is not able to meditate upon Krishna, worship Krishna, then what is the use? Okay, so those all activities are also no use. Okay, so till 25th shloka we discussed the dangers of lust and desires and how one can control them. Right now, from 26 to 29, these four verses, one can ultimately overcome all the obstacles only by developing attraction to the Lord through Guru Bhakti. So these four verses are specifically about the Guru Bhakti. Okay, so all the obstacles previously it is given that you can overcome this obstacle by this like that, but now the shortcut and direct method is that all the obstacles can be overcome simply by developing bhakti to Guru, okay, or attraction to the Lord through our spiritual master and our Guru. Okay, so this is the point here. ठीक है. Purport. One may argue that one may achieve the ultimate goal of life, realization of the super soul, by practicing the yoga system and ritualistic performance according to the Vedic principles, even without staunch devotion to the spiritual master. Okay, one may think, why I need Guru? I can do yoga and this and that, and I can perfect my life. I don't need Guru. So the actual fact, however, is that by practicing yoga, now hear carefully. By practicing yoga, one can must come to the platform of meditating upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As stated in the scriptures, dhyana vastita tad gaten manasa pashyanti yam yogina. A person in meditation achieves the perfection of yoga practice when he can see the Supreme Personality. So there also ultimate thing is seeing Krishna. By various practices, one may come to the point of controlling the senses, but simply controlling the senses does not bring one to a substantial conclusion. The controlling senses is not the goal of life. It may help in achieving the goal of life, which is Krishna Bhakti, Krishna Prem. Okay, that's why some may have big pride. I am a great brahmachari, I am a great this. That's what we don't want, na. We want to come away with this. Okay. So, however, by staunch faith in the spiritual master and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one not only controls the senses but also realizes the Supreme Lord. So, other processes one may attain sense control, mind control, but one may not attain Krishna. But by Guru Bhakti, serving Guru, pleasing Guru, one can not only control mind and senses. That's very easy then. But one will realize Krishna also. Yes, deve para bhaktir yatha deve tatha guru tasyaite katita hi artha prakashante mahatmanaha. Only unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both the Lord and the spiritual master are all the imports of the Vedic knowledge automatically revealed. Okay, to whom Vedic knowledge will be automatically revealed? For the person who is having implicit faith in Krishna and Guru. Yes, Deve Parabhaktir Yatha Deve Tatha Guru. The way he is having faith in Krishna, same way he is having faith in Guru. What will happen? Tasyaite Katha Hirta Prakashante Mahatmana. Everything will be revealed within the heart. So one may not have to too much get into the details and all those things. Everything will be revealed. But why? What our effort should be to please Guru. Ultimately, things will be revealed. What is the problem? Why we have too much this that? Okay. It is further stated, Tushyeyam sarva bhutatma guru shushrusaya and taranti agyo bhavarnavam. Simply by rendering service to the spiritual master, one crosses the ocean of nescience and returns home back to Godhead. Thus, he gradually sees the Supreme Lord face to face and enjoys life in association with the Lord Krishna face to face. The ultimate goal of yoga is to come in contact with the Supreme Personality of God, Krishna. Unless this point is achieved, one's so-called yoga practice is simply labor without any meaning. So all these things which people may do, yoga, exercise, pranayam, whatever, if it is not coming to the point of directly serving Krishna, then it is all useless. Okay, one may be a big yogi, big researcher, big scholar, jnani, maybe whatever. Point is whether he is a devotee of Krishna or not. Okay, so that is why going through all this yoga, karma, jnana, this, that may not be very useful, but directly going and rendering service at the lotus feet of Guru can one quickly achieve Krishna's association, service to Krishna. All the knowledge of all the Vedic scriptures will be revealed within his heart, just like that. This is called transcendental activity. Everything will not come as our material logic works. Okay, there are something divine. So we have to have faith in those divine things. Everything, because our logic says, okay, this happened, so this happened. Because this, they will teach that all those things in the what is that? Discrete mathematics, right? Because A is this is this, so inference. Okay, what is this? That logic will not work. There is something called divine things. Ultimately, knowledge is revealed in the heart. Divya Gyan, Hirde Prakashito. Okay, so that's what it is. Okay. यथा वार्तादयो हि अर्था योगस्यार्थं न विप्रति अनर्थाय भवेयुः स्म पूर्णम् इष्टं तथा सतः यथा as varta adya activities like occupational or professional duties he certainly artha income from such occupational duty yogasya mystic power of centralization artham benefit not viprati help anarthaya without value binding one to repeated birth and death bhaveyu they are sma at all times Purtam Ishtam, ritualistic Vedic ceremony, Tatha, similarly Astaha of very materialistic non-devotee. As professional activities or business profits cannot help one in spiritual advancement, professional activities, that's what we say. And one may be a big employee or manager or director, CEO, whatever, or business profits, one may be earning crores of business profits, but that cannot help in spiritual advancement. But similarly, what it says, as professional activities or business profits cannot help in spiritual advancement, but are a source of material entanglement. These things, big business profiles, profits, jobs, these will not help in spiritual advancement, but in rather they are the obstacles. They will create material entanglement. Similarly, the Vedic ritualistic ceremonies, this may be little hard to understand, but it is truth. The Vedic ritualistic ceremonies cannot help anyone who is not a devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. One may be doing so many puja, one may be doing so many yajna, so many here, there, lot of things, but if he is not devotee of Krishna, other things will not help. Hare Krishna. If one becomes very rich through his professional activities, through trade or through agriculture, this does not mean that he is spiritually advanced. To be spiritually advanced is different from being materially rich, completely different. Okay. Although The purpose of life is to become spiritually rich. Unfortunate men, misguided as they are always engaged in trying to become materially rich. So that's why Prabhupada is saying more person is materially rich, millionaire, lakhpati, karodpati. They are unfortunate, durbhagya. Okay, because the goal of life is not to become materially rich, but to become spiritually rich. So such material engagements, however, do not help one in the actual fulfillment of the human mission. Your money will not do anything. You go to a bona fide spiritual master and you say to him, I will give you crores, million, billion dollars. Give me initiation. He will say, I will give you initiation. Chant 16 rounds minimum. Follow 4 regulatory principles. First, this thing you do. You say, no, I don't want, I'm giving you money. Who cares about your money? You have to follow the rules. He is strict. He is not worrying about your money. Okay. So, your money cannot buy Krishna. Money cannot buy your guru. Money cannot buy you the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. You can buy the book. You can purchase the book from stall. Okay, somewhere you go to bookstore and you can buy Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, all the scriptures you can buy and keep, and you can read. But you can never have the knowledge. Knowledge will come only when Guru will bless. Okay, so not books can be purchased. Knowledge cannot be purchased. Knowledge only will be revealed. Okay, books can be purchased. Go and buy, no problem. It's available. Okay, so money will not help. Okay. On the contrary, material engagements lead one to be attracted to many unnecessary necessities. Again, the same word has come, unnecessary necessities. So find out in your life what are those unnecessary necessities and push them out from your life. Then you will be having so much fast progress in bhakti. Okay, so material engagements lead one to be attracted to many unnecessary necessities, which are accompanied by the risk that one may be born in a degraded condition. Because people who are materially rich, they are doing more nonsense. They will do illicit sex, they will do intoxication, gambling, and all. Because if people are not rich, they will do less sin. Rich people are doing more sin, and they have money to hide the sin. They can give money to the police and government, and they can cheat everybody. They can manipulate people, and they can go on doing all the sins. Okay, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्था मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसा जगन्य गुणवृत्तिस्था अधो गच्छन्ति तामसा. Those situated in the mode of goodness gradually go upward to the higher planets. Those in the mode of passion live on the earthly planets, and those in the mode of ignorance go down to the hellish worlds. Especially in this Kali Yuga, material advancement means degradation and attraction to sorry, again I got comments are coming today. Okay, so again that same word, unwanted necessities. Especially in this Kali Yuga, material advancement means degradation and attraction to many unwanted necessities that create a low mentality. Therefore, Jaganya Guna Vrittistha, since people are contaminated by the lower qualities, they will lead their next life either as animals or in the other degraded forms of life. Making a show of religion without Krishna consciousness may make one popular in the estimation of unintelligent man. Okay, I repeat, making a show of religion without Krishna consciousness. So there are so many so-called groups, organizations and all. They have nothing to do with Krishna or Rama, but they are so-called religious organizations. They will say we are fighting for Hindus or this, that. But if you see their lifestyle, there is nothing related to Krishna or Rama or okay, they just like that. So making a show of religion without Krishna consciousness may make one popular in the estimation of unintelligent men. Only unintelligent men will think these kind of people as great. But factually, such a materialistic display of spiritual advancement does not help one at all. It will not prevent one from missing the goal of life. Okay. So from 26 to 29, the title is that overcoming obstacles by the mercy of Guru. Okay, like that. So today till 29 we have completed, and this chapter is quite big, almost around 80 shlokas are there. It will go on for now. 29s are over. Now next section tomorrow, 30 to 35. Such a dedicated householder by taking sannyas and practicing yoga achieves liberation. Okay, that is the topic for the tomorrow. Okay, thank you so much. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. If